Namaste. So we continue with dear Lalaji's Truth Eternal. The chapter is on the means, satsang and practice. Let's offer our prayers for better understanding. Okay. Okay. So I begin where we left it last time. Last stanza was, this is the inner practice. Here begins the path of master. Let us see what he says about the path of the master. Heading toward the region of zero. In more duality suits the mind. Drink the nectar of cool moonlight. One who gets this is the most fortunate. Here, since one has to move towards the zero state of nothingness, though the mind is attracted towards dualities, as one moves towards the states of zero, about which we'll talk briefly, before that one passes through these dualities with which mind is very much attracted to. And as one begins to experience the inner calmness, Lalaji compares this with it's as if you are drinking the nectar of cool moonlight. One who gets this is the most fortunate. He has his way of describing things that as we move towards zero state or state of nothingness, one starts enjoying this inner bliss, which he compares with drinking of nectar on full moonlight. Pleasant sound of violin and sarang heard inside and began to swing. See the form of fixed mind dance in the mansion of nothingness. This is also a very telling statement. Pleasant sound of violin and sarang. It is not for nothing many philosophers they use this example of violin or sarang, the string instruments of music. The string in our system that creates the music, the strings of our hearts. If it is too tight, you are stressed and you cannot express your thoughts, your moods, your feelings in a correct way. And if it is too loose, then too it's a disadvantage. There has to be moderation in our expression. And this moderation or this moderated response from our heart is as a result of moderated strings which are finely balanced. And this happens only when we are moving towards the balanced state. Balanced state, moderation, tuning of the strings of our heart through meditation and cleaning. These are that Lalaji Maharaj expresses in a very sophisticated way, that the music arising out of such moderate state is so pleasing. He says, because of this music, you feel as if you're dancing in a mansion of nothingness. Mansion of nothingness. I mean, here's a way of expression again. See, what do we mean by nothingness actually? Nothingness means many things. It means absence of beliefs. It also means absence of opposites, such as likes and dislikes. Belief systems tie our minds and emotions. The result, obviously, is fear. More belief system we play with, and any breach of such belief system will only create fear. When we transcend all these belief systems and move toward nothingness, we become fearless as a result. Because we have dropped all the belief system automatically, naturally, in a sahaj way. We do not have to force to get rid of any belief system, but allow that thing to happen as we practice more and more, as we intensify our practice on a day-to-day basis. Somewhere Lalaji Maharaj had said, I would quote, that to one who knows that he has been created from nothingness, the Almighty manifests as the Creator through his conduct. Unquote. What does this mean also? One who has been created from nothingness, the Almighty manifests as the Creator through his conduct. A person at the pinnacle of nothingness, he cannot express oneself with something or the other. It only, rather, he or she only represents what is inside the heart. If I'm being created from nothingness, and as a result of my created manifestation, if I go on creating sanskaras, that means something has been added to my personality. I'm being conditioned life after life. Then we are not moving towards the state of nothingness. Nothingness can also mean to me is moving towards sunya bhava or experiencing a kind of zero state, which is neither positive nor negative. Neither this nor that. One of the messages Babuji says that this and that has gone now. Such statements from such great people, this and that has gone now, it somehow makes us wonder, what is he talking about? This and that has gone now. What is this and what is that that has gone now? It means our dvandvas, opposites, the polarities. When he's talking from that level, from the highest level, he says, in such a state, these opposites do not exist. They may be there, but they do not appeal them. And when such is the case, where nothingness, rather, when such is the case, where it becomes very difficult to express when we are in such a state, where mind fails to even grasp how will our tongue express such a state, our tongue will remain helpless. If mind fails to express, can tongue express? I don't think so. Even concepts like nothingness or darkness or lightness or truth or truthfulness still convey some idea. To go beyond or transcend one negation after another is the nature of our journey. We keep on moving. Signs of moving forward towards the state of nothingness are when we feel the withdrawal of attention from all that is mundane as well as all that is spiritual. We are not attracted even towards spirituality because you have transcended it. There is total withdrawal from all sides. With such a pilgrimage, the withdrawal of our own power is a result of our existence being replaced by His, by the Lord. Those who seek power are ipso facto against the idea of the lofty goal of arriving at a state of nothingness. Power mongers and nothingness, they don't go together. Nothingness is not something anyone can cultivate, or it cannot be even gifted. Anything cultivated means it is still something. Nothingness is arrived at, it cannot be cultivated. In the ordinary world, common folks and especially tantrics use all kinds of tantras and mantras in order to gain some superhuman powers, which are almost magical. Removing sickness of somebody just by having a glance, or looking at a bird and making it drop from the branch of a tree. Such powers have nothing to do whatsoever with our spiritual journey. You know the example of Ravana. Some people used to ask Babuji Maharaj that, can you awaken the Kundalini in us? Babuji would very humbly respond and say, what will you do with Kundalini? Then he would narrate an example of Ravana and Lord Rama. He said, look, Lord Rama's Kundalini was awakened, and so was Ravana's. Then he would laugh and say, do you understand? From this example of Lord Rama and Ravana, it's a telling example. Fulfilling your objective satisfaction. It opens up new horizon altogether for us to study. To study this from the perspective of the objective world versus the subjective realm. Paying attention to the objective world of power, for example, and prestige makes us run towards such fulfillment in the objective world at the cost of our individual subjectivity. This also can be understood that when we move towards the outer world, material proliferation, materialistic world, at the cost of spiritual world, which is subjectivity, then too there is a problem. So heartfulness or Sahaj is all about bringing about balance between the two, the objective and the subjective realm, or the material and the spiritual realm. This is the minimum achievement with which heartfulness practitioners we all gain proficiency. But when we ponder over this again, the balancing act of subjectivity and objectivity, the material and spiritual realm, with our essential efforts, we transcend all those balancing acts where we try to balance the material and spiritual. This effortfulness destroys everything, though effort is required. When that is struck, we will not even realize that we have arrived home or reached the goal or destination. When we arrive home, we no longer would be worried about balancing act or transcending this or transcending that. We have transcended everything, including nothingness. Well, even nothingness, according to Babuji, conveys some idea of something. Even that has to go. So, to me, this chapter was so well understood by Babuji Maharaj that he went on further in exploring this idea of nothingness and proposed us a theory of zero state, which he brilliantly describes in Efficacy of Raj Yoga and also towards the infinity. So Lalaji had seeded this concept of nothingness, and Babaji created actual journey how to arrive at that state. So let's see what we have to explore further. Dance in the mansion of nothingness. To Lalaji, nothingness means this luxury of mansion, see, spiritual luxury. See and examine your own condition. Have permanent repose in bliss, where pitch darkness pervades. Fixed attention can't be recognized. Trance of nothingness, undisturbed. How can its vastness be described? This is catching my attention that fixed attention can't be recognized. And whensoever we are having a fixed attention on something, especially in the objective world, then this fixed attention makes us suffer with our subjective attainment. Our 360-degree consciousness need not become so focused that it attends only one part of our existence, or going after some magical powers, or going after certain success in a particular field. No. When 360-degree achievement, the consciousness level is our goal, then this fixed attention on a particular thing serves no purpose. In fact, such things drops off on their own. That does not mean that we drop business, which also requires some level of attention, or some level of attention that we give to our children. But this attention that we give are not at the cost of other subjective requirements or needs, paramount needs. It is like submarines, you let your telescopic vision come up temporarily and set your journey onward. It is not always focused on one item. It is focused momentarily. But even when it is focused, we remain absorbed at 360 degree. So I think we stop here and looking forward to our next session that would conclude this particular chapter. Thank you and namaskaram.